Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Befor. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I'm in this book right here. This is the cover. I don't break the cover off it. But this is where all my information I'm giving you right now is coming from. And when I was learning it over 30 years ago, it motivated and inspired me. But as I'm doing it now, it's really upsetting me. So I might get a little agitated during the lesson. Just understand it's out of the passion and the anger for what I know is going on. So just look at your breakdown. Let's go. I'm not here to cast aspersions and do it. No, I'm here to teach. Disclosure. PSA. This is all educational purposes. I got information that we can use. Let's go. Right thinking, writers, excuse me, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Oh, there's a story, there's a message in the story about life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I greatly appreciate it. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. I got you. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. All right thinkers, your goal is to know thyself. I'm going to give you all the things you need to make that happen for you. That's what I do for you. So I ask the question, do you know you? The answer is rhetorical, but if you don't have it for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and always to Mayat be true. I gave the white history, and I gave the history about the white man, but I gave the history to show you who they are, what they're about. I'm going to do that some more and show you what I'm talking about. Right thinkers, let's talk about before there was American history, aka white history, there was original, aka black history. We don't have to celebrate it once a month in February. It's November. I'm giving black history. How about that? So let's understand that that's where we're going. So now I'm going to flip back through the pages. I got some good information here. So here we go. Y'all know this guy? Yeah. Everybody know him. Okay. So we got some information that's going to bring us up to what he talked about during his day. Okay, he was one of the teachers of us, knowing about us back then. So let's talk about the transformation of the enslaved people from Africa to Negro to colored to black, and currently to now we call ourselves African American. You see all those titles I just went through? And I teach a philosophy based on what our ancient ancestors left us. Know thyself. We got the Sphinx, we got the pyramids, we got the Hermetic principles, we got the Madronetta, we got everything. And they gave us all that. But they left us the words to live on. Know thyself. This is showing you people who don't know themselves will be told who they are and constantly changing their identity. Because what? If you don't have self-identity, knowledge of self, somebody's going to manipulate and misuse and tell you you're somebody other than who you are if you don't know thyself. So know thyself sound pretty good now, don't it? Well, don't worry. After this lessons, your whole goal would be, we need to know who the hell we are. Yeah, you think? That's my goal. That's my point. And watch this. And all those things I just gave you has been quite an evolution in time. In 18th century, America free blacks saw themselves, okay, after we had to come out of slavery, okay, from 14 to 18, okay, so when we supposed to be emancipated, yeah, but in the 18th century, watch this, the free black man saw himself, excuse me, yeah, sorry about that, but when we became free, we consider ourselves black, all right, I just gave a lesson about you couldn't call them black people, watch this, but they saw themselves as African, why? Because we was brought from Africa. So we was told, a lot of us, but nothing, I ain't getting there. But we found through history, all of us in America wasn't born over here. Moving on. But this whole point to show you, now we consider ourselves Africans and we incorporated our ethnicity in all the names of our newly created institutions. For example, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in 1784, we call him a barbarian. My man don't like him too much. A barbarian by the name of Prince Hall. Who the hell know? Black Masons know who Prince Hall is. White Masons know who Prince Hall is. Why? Because he was the first black Mason to start the Masonic order outside the white race. So yeah, he's famous, okay, supposed to be, but we know better about the Masonic order, so we don't, I'm a Mason. Don't put much creed into that. Another reason, another lesson, but that's right now. Prince Hall started the blacks into Masonic order, the white people. And he founded the first black Masonic order. I do this. Which he named the first black Masonic order, name was our African Lodge, 459. My lodge is Freestone Lodge, number 66. The Masonic order is based on what? A mother matriarchal society. We respected the mother. Why? Because we are widow's son. Our fathers are dead. Asar is dead. We the widow's son. Did y'all know? Well, they know that, they teach their concept. But we come from where? Africa. That's what we want to let you know. And Richard Allen was another resident of Philadelphia. He founded what? The Free African Society in 1787. This is our history. And the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Sound familiar? AME? Every time we stemmed off from them to do our own thing, we started with what? Africa. Keep going, wait, I got more. And in 1794, watch this, after emancipation in the mid-19th century, black Americans no longer identified themselves with the term Africa. They separated us from what? Africa. Mentally, strategically, okay? So when you got a person from Africa, you got a person from America, they're going to have a natural hatred for one another because of what they would brainwash to think about us and what we brainwash to think about them. About who? The oppressor of both of us. Sound familiar? Black on black crime, it didn't just start. If you know the history, the Arabs was the biggest slave traders of all. And what happened? Began to refer to themselves as what? Colored. That's an insult. That's an insult. Or Negro. Bigger insult. What you mean? Yeah, okay. Why? They put that title on us. We didn't call ourselves colored and Negro. Call ourselves African. They don't want that. Can't you see? What's this? Now, in order to distinguish what? Themselves from who? Africans. The Americans no longer want to be attached to the Africans. What? They jigaboos, they spear chuckers. That's all the African concept. Not anybody's chucking no goddamn spears in America. So they go way back with our bad negative connotations of us as a people. That's all. And watch this. They went, disassociate themselves from African living in Africa and elsewhere. That means we don't want to be considered Africans. Moving on. That's a stigma, a mental concept. And some of the black institutions, watch this, that were developed in the early 20th century began to reflect this new orientation and name, such as, you ready? The National Association for who? The advancement of who? Colored people. You know that's NAACP. colored people. Who the? So you know we didn't start this. Why? Who called us colored? Not us. Moving on, just putting it out there. In 1909, the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. What the? In 1915, and the National Council of what? Negro Women in 1935. I'm just going to keep going. Why? I guess I can go so many places with that. Women. Okay, y'all didn't even start getting counted to be equal people until they decided to let y'all have a say-so in the vote. I'm just saying. The name black came into prominence when? After the birth of what? You ready? My era, the Civil Rights Movement. Okay, yeah, I'm black and I'm proud. I'm a black man. I tell you all the time, I don't give a damn. I'm a black man. When they come, I don't care. I'm black. My skin is black. Simple as that. That's it. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. My human experience had to be in black skin. Simple as that. How about that? So it don't make a difference what I'm in. Okay, I live in the job and dig in the skin I'm in, but I know who I am. That's gonna be the difference in how we as a people gonna move forward. We can't keep letting somebody tell us who the hell we are. We need to know who we are, from us, by us, and for us, with us. Stop trying to cross over nonsense. Excuse me, I'm sorry, get back. But watch this. Now, the Civil Rights Movement started when? 1955. I'm born in 1957, so I'm born right in the movement. Okay? Bam! So I'm there. And gained wider acceptance with the development of what? Black Power, Ungawa, Black Studies. What I'm giving you now, this is Black Studies. Why? Ain't no white man in here, but I'm going to tell you about the white man because he's in here, and I'm going to explain to you why and who he is. That's my point. But it's Black Studies. Know and understand black plight, black evolution, and black struggles. All that slavery nonsense, no, it was part of our history, yeah, but it's more his than ours. He inflicted that on us, and he ain't trying to pay for that. Reparations, oh, but the Jews, they can, I ain't going to get back. See, I got a whole bunch of stuff, and if I ain't controlled, I just be all over the place. So I got to try to control myself to keep it in a lesson form so I can get the message out. So understand that. I get a little excited. Sorry about that. But that movement in the 60s, right? Black Power, everything was black, bro. Yeah. And the latest name, African American, was officially, watch this, we still don't have our identity. Watch this. It was officially ushered into existence in April of 1989. I didn't get the memo in 89 that we consider ourselves that. I'm still black one. I didn't get the memo that it changed. Again, who made these decisions? At the African American Summit, where? In New Orleans. Did they send a representative from Jersey? I didn't get the memo. Okay, they doing some black movement and we ain't even in the damn movement. And it currently used by, and now that whole African American concept is currently used by who? Today's politicians, newscasters, and all individuals nationwide. Okay, we're African American. Everybody don't want to be called that. When I told my grandmother over 30 years ago, when I first started my enlightenment to Egypt, I'm going to Egypt, to my ancestors, my grandma said, baby, we didn't come over here on no boat. We're Indians. Indians was black. Moving on. My history, I know that. However, it's always a however, a nationwide telephone, what's this? A nationwide telephone survey of how many people? How many black people? 759. How the hell you gonna allow 700 people to speak for the race of black people? But again, I digress. This is a lesson. This is information. I'm just putting it out there. And 759 African Americans conducted by this guy, by a joint, there's a joint center for political studies. Sound political to me. What's this? In the fall of when? 1990. So they're going to try to use a data that of 700 people to justify, what's this? Despite the increase in use of the term African American, most black Americans still prefer to be called black. Count me in that number. Okay, I'm in that number. But 700 people, 72% preferred to be called black. Okay. Then you got 15% preferred to be called African American. Again, okay. Still, we still confused. And now you got 2% who want to be Negro. Again, okay. With the rest giving no opinion. I would probably be in that number or other response. Why? You didn't give us 759 damn people. That's why. Sorry. Identification with one's past, aka history, is important. Why? It's an important step towards what? Mental liberation. Right there. That's the game that he put on us. The mental slavery that he embarked on us with his negative connotations, negative aspirations of us. Not respecting what we did. Moving on. But the process, watch this. But the process must begin with what? With the identification and use of your correct name. Remember, listen up. Noted historian, my man, John Henry Clark. He provides us with what? A working definition of history. The word history, the definition of history, watch this. This is from us, our master teacher, who spent, like he tell you, my whole adult life putting time in to help my people. I'm doing the same thing. That's my man. History is like a clock. I'm showing you right here. And if you look at the clock, it starts up here. Okay, excuse me, over here. Pyramid. Ain't that black? So we started history right here, right here. That's where it starts. It goes around and around and comes around. That's where we are. Okay, but let's talk about identity and history of a people and how detrimental it is to what? Get them the mindset that's negative, that keeps them in a bad state. Watch this. History is a clock that people use to what? To tell their political and cultural time of day. It is also a compass that people use to what? To find themselves on the map of what? Human geography, where we come from. Everybody decided about what? The land that they're on. Hindus. We don't call them, they're not Hindus, but the land that they're on is Hindu. So they call them that. China. Chinese. Everybody had identification through the land that they have occupied. But the role of history, watch this, is to tell a people what they have been and where they have been and what they are and where they are at this particular time. But the most important role that history plays is that it has the function, that means purpose, of telling what a people, where they still must go and what they still must be and do. Right now, me and you. This is all information. Now we get to my man, Malcolm. History, again, should tell a people who they are. They give us his story about us, so he's telling us who we are. That's never good. Watch this. Where they come from, history should tell you who you are, where you come from, and what your potential as a people is. They give us the negative connotation, low self-esteem, self-knowledge. We don't like ourselves being black. Why not? They advocate white is good, white is right, white is better. And some of us fail for that. Moving on. But if it fails to do so, what that means? It is useless. History does that, and that's what makes it useless to us, for us. It don't work for us. His educational system is built on him. His, not us. That's why it don't work for us as a people. I've been telling you that. First thing we need to do is change our education system for us, not continue to use his and think we're going to make something different. No, we have a bunch of confused kids not knowing themselves. See where we go. Knowing ourselves sounds a little different now. Yeah, I cover whole different aspects of the concept of knowledge of self. Moving on. And the name, color, means little, if anything. Why? Because all people are colored. Varying from what? Shades of melanated pigmentation that range from what? Crow, black, snow, white. See, we're going that black and white. But that's what color. It ranges anything in between there also. And watch this. As referred to by historian Alice Wyndham, the name Negro or black means, again, little to nothing. Why? Because they do not serve the primary function of the name. We ever heard any brand called Negro land? You got any brand called Black land? Why are we the only people that don't have no land of understanding of who we are? Which is culturally what? Oriented a people to a specific land mass. We come from Africa. If we was already here in America, we ain't got to come, we come from here. The people who came here from Greece, all other places, those are called invaders. Moving on. Now, but when an invader come to your house, you tell them, how you doing? My name is P. Okay, John. Who? I'm going to call you John. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. We ain't going to start that. Sorry, but that's how I feel about the white people. That pisses me off all the time, so I got to calm that down. It upsets me. They've been doing this for a long time. Watch this. Watch this. This is where it started. The Greeks. When a people are free to travel, and we was the boat created, so we traveled this whole 75% of this thing, Earth, is water. We got around all of it. Why? We created a boat to do that, to float around. But we traveled the land and immigrated to what? Other lands. Hello? Hello? But, okay, at one time, I got some history. The landmass was all one. How about that? You can walk all over this place. Okay, you didn't have to get on the boat. Nope, it was all one. Okay? I don't picture that. That's how it used to be. So, all that, and it broke off to 7 continents. Yeah, we know all that, but that's the concept. So, getting around this land, everybody was free to travel. Watch this. Now, here we go. They usually bring with them, when they travel, they bring with them what? Language and culture with them. Right? Okay. We came out of Africa with that. But the image that they portray about the Africans, Yah was the caveman. Black man never lived in a cave. We ain't going there. But the Europeans, here we go. Now we go. The Europeans who what? Immigrated to what? America. They didn't start out there. Which later insisted upon what? Their independence from who? England. Why? But their cultural orientation remained European. Follow me. Watch this. The official language of America is what? English. And the northeastern coast of the United States is still referred to what? As New England. New World Order. The state of what? New Hampshire, New Jersey, where I reside, New York, all referred to what? Provinces in what? Jolly old England. Still part of them. In 1682, the French explorer Rene Robert Cuvier. Okay, this is what I call the fluff. But no, I got see, this is information that some people may feel like unnecessary. I got to read it. But in 1682, you heard of the guy LaSalle? He claimed the entire Mississippi Valley for France. Okay, L.A. LaSalle created a cross and a column bearing what? The French coat of arms near the what? The mouth of the river, and named the region, you ready? Louisiana. New Orleans. Sound familiar? Now they got new again. In honor of who? Louis the 14th, the King of France. Okay? No. 10. Yeah. Okay. 10. Yeah. Okay. The Roman numeral. I hate that. You got an X, a 1, and a V. What the hell is that? I'm not Roman, so I don't understand that language. I guess they say the same thing about my eye. What the hell is that? So I get it. So respectfully, Louis XIV, the King of France. Now, what's this? New Orleans. Here we go. New Orleans, the former state capital of Louisiana, was named in memory of the city of Orleans in France. Did you know that? The city of St. Louis, another one, Missouri, was named in honor of, again, old King Louis, the ninth. Everybody gets named. They can just call it what they want. Moving on. If a German Shepherd was born in Baltimore, Maryland, is he a Baltimore, Maryland Shepherd, or he still called a German Shepherd? Just saying. That's the question. Think about it. If a French Poodle was born on the moon, would it be called a moon poodle or a French poodle? Malcolm X used these examples, and he said, If a cat had kittens in the oven, you wouldn't call them biscuits. Love that scenario. What then would one call an African who had been enslaved, transported across the Atlantic? Do you know the Atlantic Ocean was called the Ethiopic Ocean also? Little tidbit there. The Atlantic Ocean, the Black Ocean, according to us, and renamed them Negro. We never called ourselves that. This is the $64,000 question to black people. And that 35 million former Negroes, coloreds and blacks, coloreds and blacks currently living in the United States are what? This is back 3 decades ago. Struggling in the United States. Why? To answer a question. Is it important to note that there is no such place as Negro land, colored land, or black land? But these are the names that they give us. They hang on us because what? We don't know thyself, obviously. And I'm going to end the lesson on that one because, I'm going to wrap it up. I got some more to go before I get into the Greeks and what they did. But okay, no land such as that, landmass. So how we get labeled these titles? Not having knowledge of self. Wrapping it up. Africa is the point of origin for millions of people who now reside in the United States, the Caribbean islands, South America, Brazil, as an estimated population of over more than 60 million people outside of the continent of Africa descent, which is the largest population in African people living outside of the African continent. Not only do we have the most, and we still got the most out wide, because that's where they come from. Whether they like it or not, whether they believe, don't make a difference what you believe or like. Get some damn facts. Sorry. Worldwide, Africans and Chinese, here we go. Them little people are the only, hear me, the African and the Chinese are the only people on earth whose numbers possible exceed 1 billion. In reference to the word Negro, Dr. Clark tells you the name means nothing. It refers to nowhere. In his voice, I'm trying to use it. In the introduction to John Jackson's Introduction to African Civilization, Dr. Clark wrote this. I'm going to close on this one. There is an urgent need to discard that term Negro from the African mindset and the word Negro and all that it implies, because none of it's good. How about that? I just told you how my man's grandfather refused to be called a Negro. My father refused to be called boy. Moving on. Titles and words carry condemnations, and if you allow them to do that, they will drop them on you. This word grew out of the European slavery and colonial system, and it fails to relate to the people of African descent, to land, history, or culture. Again, no Negro land, no black land, no colored land. But these are all 3 titles that they've been giving us, laying on us, rather than let us become Africans. Okay? There is no Negro land. Again, when one hears the word France or French, it's easy to visualize Italy, France. History and culture of the people. They cook, they talk, we, home. Yeah, okay, they got that. The same thing is true of words in English. Englishman, proper, noble, dignified, okay. When one hears and reads the word Negro, what comes to mind? The only vision that comes to mind relates to a condition of a sad state of position. And that's not good. That's where they put us, at the bottom of the barrel, mentally, spiritually, and any other way you want to look at it. Understand that, people. I'm trying to give us information that's been there a long time. We're in the information age. I'm just giving it to you. I got it. I learned it. I'm trying to get somebody else. Why? It helped me. It could help somebody else too. If it works for me, I'm going to give it to you. That's my philosophy. That's my lesson. I'll be back. But I'm looking at the clock, so I'm going to let you go. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I never know my right thinkers who know themselves has passed away. Because if you don't, they'll tell you somebody. And you might not like who you are. Bam. I'll be right back.